Sweet peas on the mic with that spicy little vibe. Got the courtroom streaming in the chat, going wild. We're debating heavy topics, but still laughing like a child. From objections to confessions to the judge's side eye. If it's justice and it's messy, we gon' talk about why. Every day's a new case, every moment's a ride. And when Sweet peas in the building, we be learning with pride. My eyes on deck, keep the room running smooth. Film freak therapist, you know, keeping everyone in the groove. Like to with the facts, pretty brown girl with the sass. Morelia and Fowler keep the peace in the chat. But Jason walks in and the ladies collapse. Milk chocolate, take it to trial, where the truth gets loud and the laughs run wild. Sweet peas got the spice, she's the queen of the aisle. Chat fam rolling deep, we've been here a while. Lights on, mics up, we gon' do this right. Take it to trial, every day, every night. Take it to trial. Morning shows are sharp, afternoon is on fire. And we catch every moment that the court might inspire. From witnesses whispering, the lawyers trying to hard. You know Sweet Pea breaks it down like a legal tarot card. Chats cracking jokes, dropping theories on the fly. We're serious when it counts, but we still testify. Minds hold it down when the trolls try to play. If you're out of line, court adjourned for the day. But when Jason logs in with that deep hello sound, the ladies in the chat, man, they all fall down. Take it, 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 take it to trial, where the truth gets loud and the laughs run wild. Sweet peas got the spice, she's the queen of the aisle. Chat fam rolling deep, we've been here a while. Lights on, mics up, we gon' do this right. Take it to trial, every day, every night. Take it to trial. When the sun goes down and the cases get deep, after dark gets spicy, no secrets to keep. Taboo topics, big laugh, slap, happy crew. Sweet Pea says behave, but we never really do. It's opinions, confessions, stories untold, but we handle it with heart like the chat made of gold. Hey! Take it to trial, from day to night and every wild mile. Sweet Pea's nearly strong with her trademark style, and the fam in the chat always makes it worthwhile. Turn it up, show some love, hit the like on sight. Take it to trial, yeah, we live tonight. Take it to trial, yeah, we live tonight. Take it to trial.
Courtroom packed and the cameras on. Folks all whispering won't be long. No more smirks and no more lies. Judge look down with narrowed eyes. Bailiff waiting by the side door. Steel-toed footsteps on the courtroom floor. Whole chat buzzing like the verdict dropped, but the jury room still got them locked. L-Y-B-B, hear the cell doors locked. No parole board, baby, round the clock. One-way trip and the bus won't stop. Everybody clap to the L-Y-B-B, L-Y-B-B. No appeal gonna save you. Orange jumpsuit, tailor-made flavor. Sink that feeling when the gavel drop. That's the rhythm of the L-Y-B-B. That's the rhythm of the L-Y-B-B. Mama crying in the second row. Defense still talking, but it's moving slow. State brought receipts and the pressure's steep. Now the whole room barely even breathes. Used to talk big for the TV lights. Now it's long breaks and uneasy nights. Funny how the swagger disappeared before a single word got cleared. L-Y-B-B, hear the cell doors lock. No parole board, baby, round the clock. One-way trip and the bus won't stop. Everybody clap to the L-Y-B-B, L-Y-B-B. No appeal gonna save ya. Orange jumpsuit, tailor-made flavor. Sink that feeling when the gavel drop. That's the rhythm of the L-Y-B-B. The L-Y-B-B. That's the rhythm of the L-Y-B-B. Case pause, courtroom tense. Everybody waiting on the consequence. One deep hush through the parking lot to the beat of the L-Y-B-B.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. Good morning. We are on day 3 of our what got him caught. Well, probably more than that, but the tooth and the ashes trial. We are on day 3. Yesterday we left off with what did I say yesterday? We left off. They was tracking the car in every which way direction. He had changed cars. He had did so many things with that car. So we followed his travel path for like the entire month, almost. It appears to be. At least that's the way it felt when the detective was on the stand yesterday. So I know that they started maybe about an hour ago. I thought it would probably be best considering yesterday's testimony was just like so dry. It was just so dry when we was watching that car. I said, I have to save us in some type of way, in some shape, way, form, or fashion. So that's why we are starting a little later than the actual courtroom feed. I'm sure you'll thank me later at some point in time, right? Oh man. So just to update everybody again, he is facing first-degree intentional homicide. He also has a count 2 of hiding a corpse. We are on day 3. Matter of fact, I'll put that up here because I didn't put a banner for this one at all. And then we'll do our good mornings and then we'll go ahead and get in trial. Hopefully everybody had a great evening. Have fun over there at Crime Club. Whatever you decided to do with your evening or your morning. Okay, guys. Good morning, Lynn. Hey, Only. Hey, Christine. How's everybody doing? Anybody that's working and lurking or working and twerking, or if you're watching on X, welcome, welcome, welcome. Truly appreciate you for joining us. Yes. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and get us into court and see what we got this morning. We'll have some, at least we'll be able to get past our breaks and stuff, and we should have some good old TiVo time if we need to expedite some things. So we'll see how it works out for us today. All right, here we go.
Appearances, I believe, are the same. So, anything that we need to take care of before we bring in the jury?
No, Your Honor. No, Your Honor.
Very good. All right, bring in the jury.
Do you have Casey's stuff pulled out? Just, yeah, we don't. Do you have Casey's stuff? Sandy has the brother.
It's all off to the side.
Okay, can you put them through?
Sorry, I'll have physical evidence too. Well, I'm going through the pictures, so I don't know. I can tell you how many physical I have.
All right. Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Very good. The question is whether, in fact, any of you violated the rules that I gave you. I specifically told you not to discuss this case with anyone. I told you specifically to stay away from any social media, news accounts, radio, and alike. Is there anybody who violated those rules? No one has raised their hand. As you see, I brought donuts this morning. You would have had a lot more white long johns had Sandy not picked them up, and she may have, they may be in her glove box. So anyway, and I have incredibly sad news. Last night I had gotten my mixer out in preparation for tonight, making a cake, and after at least 35 years, it has now met its demise. So, yeah. And this morning I had to throw it in the dumpster, even worse. Anyway, but the good news is that a new one is on its way. So be here on Monday. All right, folks. With that aside, Attorney Will, let's hear from our first witness for the day.
Say we call Casey Young.
Come on up. Please be careful on the ramp. When you get to the top, stand and raise your right hand, please.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Please proceed.
Good morning. Could you please state your first and last name and spell both for the record?
Good morning. I'm Casey Young. Excuse me. Casey Young, Kasey. Last name Young, Young.
How are you employed?
I'm employed with the Dodge County Sheriff's Office.
How long have you worked for the Sheriff's Office?
20 years.
And what is your current assignment?
I'm currently assigned as a detective for the Dodge County Sheriff's Office.
How long have you worked for the Dodge County Sheriff's Office?
In my current capacity, I've been a detective 3 years.
Thank you. Thanks for correcting that. And back in 2024, were you working as a detective?
I was.
In 2024, how long have you been working as a detective?
About a year.
And on June 25th, 2024, did the detective division get assigned to investigate a missing persons case?
Yes.
And were you part of that team that investigated that missing persons case?
Yes, we were all called in on a Tuesday.
And what was the name of the individual that was missing?
Crystal Rasch.
So what, on Tuesday during the day, what were your duties?
Tuesday during the day, well, actually that morning we started off with a search warrant. I did my regular shift duties, and then I went home at 4 o'clock.
So search warrant unrelated to this case?
That's correct.
And then, so at 4 o'clock, did you get called back into the department then? Or sometime after 4 o'clock?
Sometime after 4 o'clock, I believe it was maybe like 7:30-ish or so. We got the all call to say, hey, all hands on deck, we need everybody in.
And then at some point, did you learn that a search warrant was going to be served on a residence related to the missing person investigation?
Yes, initially I was assigned to go to Quick Trip in Beaver Dam. Once I got back to the sheriff's office, there was some discussions, some meetings. And at that point, I knew eventually we were going to go serve a search warrant it's technically a Juneau address, but in Kleiman.
And what, for the serving of the search warrant, what was your assignment or the execution of the search warrant? What was your assignment? What were your duties?
Sure. So when I arrived at the residence, initially I met with, at that time, Deputy Trevarthen, who had contact with Scott Rasch. I talked with Scott Rasch until eventually we met with Mary Rasch outside the residence. And that residence was N 3251 Wood Road. At that point, it was determined that I would be on the perimeter. I would not make entry into the residence. And at that point, my job initially was to just sit on the southeast corner of the residence.
And then did eventually law enforcement make entry into the residence?
Yes, while I was outside, I know that they made residence, and I heard that they were in contact with one male,
And who was that male that they made contact with?
Zachariah Rasch.
And then did you make contact with Zachariah Rasch?
Yes, I did.
And is he in the courtroom here today?
Yes.
Could you please describe where he's seated and what he's wearing?
He's seated at the defense table wearing a white shirt, looks like a blue striped tie.
When you made contact with him, was he basically under or being detained at that point?
Yes, at that point, I met him on the front porch of the residence. As he exited the residence, I believe he had no shirt on, and I don't recall if it was sweatpants or sweat shorts, but he was being detained.
And then did you locate anything on his person that had evidentiary value?
Yes, so at that time, I checked his pockets and I did locate a cell phone in his front right, I believe it was his front right pocket.
And do you recall if that cell phone was in a case?
Yes, a red case.
So I'm going to show you Exhibit 131. Well, it does say it's on. Is it not working? That's better. Is that better? Everybody hear me now? Exhibit 131. You hear me better if I do it like that? Yes, testing, testing, testing. Can you tell me what Exhibit 131 is?
Exhibit 131 has case number associated 24-18526. It's labeled as description 177-5 Samsung in red case.
And that wasn't sent to the lab for any type of testing or anything like that. I guess you've got some gloves right here. But just to stay consistent, there's some gloves there for you. And if you could just take that out and show the jury that case. Was it previously opened before your testimony here this morning?
Yes, it was by Detective Cotney.
And before opening it, did you and Detective Cotney confirm that had been sealed up to that point?
Yes.
So if you could, again, take that out and show the phone.
So now I'm just going to make a note, mindful. It does say that it's a Samsung in a red case. However, we did remove the red case to download the cell phone later. So although you don't see a red case, this is the cell phone that was in the red case.
And throughout the course of this investigation, did you handle that cell phone?
Yes, I did.
Is it fair to say extensively handled that cell phone?
Yes.
So now you took possession of that cell phone. What did you do next?
In regards to the cell phone or?
Sorry, back to the search warrant.
Back to the search warrant. The next thing I did, but after waiting for photographs to be taken of the scene, I was assigned I guess a location in the residence, which would have been the northwest bedroom, which was identified as Zachariah Rasch's bedroom.
Okay, so I'm going to show you Exhibit 91 through 124. And if you could just go through those and look through those exhibits.
You said through 124?
Is that correct?
Yes.
It ends in 124, those exhibits. Do you recognize 91 through 124?
I do.
And what are 91 through 124?
Those are photos from the original search warrant conducted and the secondary subsequent follow-up of the next day search warrant conducted at N3251 Wood Road.
Okay, so I'd move exhibit 91 through 124 into evidence and permission to publish those to the jury.
Any objection?
No.
They will be received. Permission to publish.
So we'll start with 91. And if we could get the lights, please, Judge. What are we looking at here?
This is the front door and porch area of the residence.
And when we served the first search warrant, it was dark, correct?
That is correct.
And so this door, we did have a laser pointer. I don't know what, no.
I think I have it right here.
Oh, perfect. Can you just show where that front door is?
Front door will be right here.
And is that how you entered the residence?
Yes.
And then this window here, what was inside of the residence, the window, the two double windows that we're looking at right there?
These windows here.
Correct.
This would be a bedroom or a room that was we were unable to gain access initially because it was, I guess, barricaded.
Okay. Barricaded, like someone had barricaded themselves inside or something else?
There was an extensive amount of property inside the residence that basically made it unable for us to navigate into the room.
Okay. 92. What are we looking at here?
That is where I was stationed initially for this first search warrant. That would be the southeast corner of the residence, I believe.
So is this the back of the house or the front of the house?
I'm sorry, this is the back of the house. This would be the windows of Zachariah Rasch's room.
Okay. So not, is that still the southeast?
No, that would be the northwest room.
Okay. So you were initially on the other side of the residence, but now we're looking at here, the windows to Zach Rasch's room, correct?
Yes, I misspoke. I was 180 from this initially where I was stationed. This photo is of the exterior of Zachariah Rasch's room.
And later on, the next day, do these windows become significant? Do we do something through these windows?
Yes, we do.
And what do we do through these windows?
We use those windows to remove items from the residence, to place them outside on a tarp, to conduct a thorough search of the bedroom.
Okay, so moving to 93. What are we looking at here?
That's a Buick Encore that is registered to Scott and Mary Rasch. That was located on the property on the night of the search warrant.
94
Same vehicle.
and 95.
Same vehicle, front end.
And did law enforcement initially take custody of this vehicle? If you can recall.
On that night, I don't believe so.
Okay. And then 96.
That is the bedroom of Zachariah Rasch.
So talk about how we would have gotten in, like the path from the front door to this bedroom, what it looked like.
From the front door to this bedroom?
Yes.
Nope. 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 What is this mess in his bedroom? Is this clothes? What is this mess? This is not a bedroom. What is this, a closet? Okay. These people in these houses and the way they keep in these houses is really gonna freak me out. There's no bed in there. What do they mean, bedroom? The bedroom with no bed? This must be a storage room where they just throwing clothes at, because this is not. Yeah, like, what is this? Like, all right, I mean, okay, y'all know how I am. I want people to take a little time. Just a little bit of time. What is this, Zachariah? This mess in your house.
So the house was very cluttered and there was a single file walking path about maybe a foot wide
The house was very cluttered. Yeah, clearly.
to each room, whether that be the master bedroom, a bathroom, the kitchen, the laundry room, or to this bedroom. I want it to be known to the jury that anytime that you see the writing underneath a picture here, this is from the state crime lab, which would be on our second search. The very first search, it won't have the writing. The second search, which is the very next day, which we'll get to, I just want you guys to know that these aren't the initial search photos. They're going to be intermingled.
During that search for the first search, the early morning hours of the 26th, so basically 1 a.m. in the morning on the 26th, did we take any property or move anything substantially aside? I know we took the phone, but did we take any other property?
Yes, on the very first search, we took, I remember taking receipts that we actually physically removed from the residence. And I believe we took some other electronics from the residence as well.
Okay, so we'll get through those. So 90, moving on to 96. What are we looking at here?
This is 97.
I'm sorry, 90. Okay, so we. Oh, 96, I just done a duplicate of. 96 was this is 96 here that we're looking at.
That's correct.
Thank you. Moving on to 97, thank you.
97 is another photograph of Zachariah Rasch's room. The TV would be on the, I guess in theory, south wall.
And so it's hard to see right now, but is there something of significance in this photo that you observed?
Yes, there is a handgun right here. Sorry for the shaking.
He's pointing to, he lays in the area immediately around what appears to be a television.
So we'll go on to 98. And what are we looking at here?
Right there, you're looking at what appears to be a fully loaded handgun in a holster, and it was on the dresser just below the TV.
And that night of the search warrant, did you do anything with that handgun?
Yes, I did.
What did you do?
Obviously, you can see from the photos, there was a very cluttered room. I wanted to make sure that it was a safe environment for multiple people to be in such tight quarters, with it being, I guess, a little bit messy. I ended up taking the gun. I made sure to remove the magazine, and I ejected a round, checked to see if there was a live round in the gun. I did that, and I put it back. That's all I did. I just deemed it safe. Therefore, there was no issues, no accidents as we moved about the room.
And then was that gun ultimately taken into custody?
On the second search warrant, yes.
So I'm going to show you Exhibit 132 and 133, starting with 132. Can you, again, did you pre-open that exhibit?
Yes, I did. Yes, Detective Cotney did.
Thank you for clarifying that. And that was done this morning in your presence?
Yes.
And did you confirm that that was properly sealed before it was opened?
Yes, I did.
Was that item previously sent to the crime lab for testing?
Yes, it was.
Okay, and then if you could just open that. Well, first, can you, before you open it, can you just maybe close it up and talk briefly about the markings on the outside? We've talked about some of that before, but just so the jury can understand what we do, especially with firearms.
Okay. Typically with firearms, you can see on the back here, there's a bunch of holes in the box. So when we place a firearm into a box, we'll actually end up zip tying it. Therefore, it's not just a loose firearm moving around, and then it doesn't cause any friction on the weapon as well. Along with that, once it is secured in the box, we will obviously, as you can see, because there's holes in the back, it might be difficult to see, but there are small perforations for all the zip ties to go through. We don't make our own holes. We just use a pre-existing one. We cover all those holes along with all the seams on the side as well. So everything was, in theory, taped up and secure with evidence tape 360 degrees.
And then if you can open that up.
And I don't know if we just touch base on it, but
thank you.
anytime that you see an overlapping piece of tape, or whether it be on the cardboard or not, we'll initial, date, sign. And on the back, because we have multiple layers of tape, you'll see one big initial. Therefore, if it was altered and anything else, this would be very difficult for somebody to try and open this package up.
And then there's a yellow label and I think a green label on the front. What do those signify?
The green label signifies it's cleared, and that was, so the weapon is cleared, deemed safe, and that was on 7/3/24. And the yellow label states the Milwaukee lab, which has a case number associated R24-1767 and number sign D, Dodge County Sheriff's Office.
So Milwaukee, how many, well, at least that the Dodge County utilizes, how many crime labs does the Dodge County Sheriff's Office utilize?
Typically the one.
The one in Milwaukee or somewhere else?
The one in Milwaukee.
And then do we also utilize, though, a crime lab in Madison?
Yes.
So for firearms, though, it's primarily which location?
It's Milwaukee.
But for other testing, say DNA, what lab would we use?
Yes, we would use Madison.
So, and then now if we could open the firearm, please, and show that. And is the firearm secured within the box?
It is, maybe. No, it's not.
Oh, it's loose in there.
It is loose.
Oh, okay.
But all the original zip ties are on there. That's why I assumed it was.
So safely, well, obviously it's unloaded at this point, correct?
Right, so I have multiple things in here. I have unfired cartridge from the chamber. I have unfired cartridge reportedly from chamber. And then I have the magazine and another piece of evidence. It doesn't, another magazine from the holster. Do you want me to?
Just the physical firearm at this point,
Okay.
If you could hold that up and display that. And that's the same physical firearm that you located within the bedroom, correct?
Yes, it is.
Now, if we could go, we can close that box.
Okay.
And we can go to, let me ask you this. When you made contact with it, can you describe, was it loaded, not loaded, something else? Can you describe the state of the firearm?
On the initial search, it is very close to what you would have seen in those pictures where it was rested on the dresser underneath the TV. Again, I pulled it out of the holster. I dropped the magazine, hit the magazine release slide, set that off to the side. I ejected one live round that was in the chamber, set that off to the side. I had my partner, I believe it was at that time, Deputy Trevarthen, verify, hey, is it clear? Yes, it's clear. And I put it back on the shelf. That's really all I did.
And now moving to 133, if you could put that out there and I'll return. If you can just, yeah, you can, again, that was opened this morning.
Yes, by Detective Cotney in my presence, and it was sealed beforehand.
And what is contained in 133?
In 133, it's labeled as 177-116, holster from 177-29. You can just see that it's a holster that the gun was in when I initially located it.
And that was also sent to the crime lab and tested, correct?
Yes, it was.
And how do we know that? By looking at the packaging again?
There is a yellow label on there that says Dodge County Sheriff's Office. And then recognize it to be a lab.
There's a lab case number, correct?
Then there's lab case number dated R24-1767, number 2, which is the same case number I read earlier.
Perfect. Now moving on to our next photo here is going to be 99. Again, another angle of that firearm, correct?
That's correct.
100. And then what are we looking at there?
This is on the second search warrant when we took the gun into custody or into evidence, and that was done by the State Crime Lab.
So is it fair to say that's that box that we just looked at, pre-zip tying, taping, packaging, all of those things?
Yes.
Sorry, I was writing these down. We're at 101 now, is that right?
That's correct.
What are we looking at on 101?
That is 2 boxes of federal 9mm ammunition located on the dresser behind the closet door in Zachariah Rasch's bedroom.
This was present though during your initial search warrant as well, correct?
Yes.
And can you describe this ammunition, please?
This is what I would call like a typical range ammunition. It's not something that you would go, I guess, hunt with, or you would probably keep on you with for self-defense. This is just something that you would buy. It's cheap ammo that would you would target, shoot, and get familiar with your weapon.
102.
That shows the exact same ammunition we talked about before. However, this time you can see that there are 10 rounds missing from one of the boxes.
Okay, 103.
103 is hollow point cartridges, projectiles. So these are for like reloading. These aren't an actual bullet. It doesn't go boom. It's literally just what you can see in the picture here. It's the top of a cartridge or top of a bullet. And basically it's for reloading purposes.
Can you describe that a little bit more? I know that maybe some of our jurors are probably familiar with that, what that means, but just in case, what would you have to do to make this capable of firing?
So you'd have to take a brass shell casing, put a primer in it, put gunpowder in it, and then put what you're seeing, that would be pressed onto the very top of that cartridge. And that would, yes, that cartridge, and that would, essentially what you're looking at is the projectile only. The projectile that you're looking at, these hollow points, this would be something that somebody would purchase or use for self-defense or to, I guess, try and kill something.
Did you find any of that gunpowder or the cartridge? Did you find the makings to make this a full bullet capable of firing?
No, I did not.
We're on 104 now, correct?
Correct.
What are we looking at here?
104 is range Remington 9mm ammunition. You can see right on the box, it's kind of I guess flashed out, but it says range right on it. Again, some cheaper ammunition that you would use to get familiar with your weapon.
Is that similar to what we saw, and I think it was 101 or 102, the range ammunition that was sitting on the dresser?
It's similar, different brand, but very similar.
Okay. Moving on to 105.
So the 2 boxes of federal ammunition that you saw on top of his dresser, right behind the dresser, or right behind the closet door, that is that open spot on the dresser by the lighter. That's where that ammunition was. What you see in that drawer is an amount of.
Get the lights, Judge, please, so that there's not as much glare there. And if you could use your laser pointer to point out, just so everyone sees what you're talking about.
So the federal ammunition was sitting here. The top drawer was, when it was opened, you can see that there's a large sum of cash here. Deputy Trevarthen and I verified that together as $1,800.
And did you take custody of that cash?
I don't recall. I'm sorry.
Okay. Continue on to 105.
106.
106, thank you.
106 is a picture of, obviously you can see Snoopy there, and that's from the inside of Zachariah Rasch's bedroom. There is some cash here. I don't have an exact amount. And then right here, there is an envelope it's a plain envelope with the name handwritten on it, Crystal Rasch. Inside that envelope are medical records from Watertown Regional Medical Center, and they're Crystal Rasch's medical records.
Okay. 108.
108 are receipts located in Zachariah Rasch's bedroom.
109.
Those are the same receipts. The two small ones you can see are like a printout. If you were going to look up what oil filter you might need for a vehicle, it prints out a machine so you can walk it over and verify it. And the Walmart receipt that you can see, that is dated from 6/22/2024 from Walmart in Watertown. The total was $86.85. A SNAP card or EBT card was used to deduct some of that money, ending up being $71.76. And then there was $100 cash back taken, and that was from an account associated with, I believe it's 7984, but I'm looking. I'm sorry, 8942, I believe it is,
Okay.
which 8942 is a debit card associated with Crystal Rasch.
Thank you. And then we're on 109, correct?
That's correct.
What are we looking at here?
That is right behind the door when you walk into Zachariah Rasch's room. There's a grandfather clock, and then there's receipts on top of the grandfather clock. You can see them hanging down here. These are the receipts.
Okay. 110.
110 is a ATM withdrawal from an account associated with Zachariah Rasch ending in 9499, and it's for $100, and that was on 6/11/2024 at 10:40 p.m.
Okay.
111.
111.
Exhibit 111 is a Walmart receipt from Beaver Dam. Subtotal was $112. There's an EBT or SNAP card used. And then again, $100 cash back with the account, with the card associated with 8942. And that was on 6/18/24 at 8:51 in the morning.
Okay. 112, correct?
That's correct.
And what are we looking at there?
That is a Walmart receipt located in Zachariah Rasch's bedroom from Watertown, Wisconsin Walmart. The total was $46.07. And there's another $100 cash back, again, from the debit card ending in 8942 associated with Crystal Rasch.
Okay. 113.
And I believe, if I didn't say, that was on 6/19/24.
Thank you.
119 is a balance inquiry only. There's no cash withdrawn. And that was from 6/20/2024. Sorry if I repeated myself. That was from the account associated with Crystal Rasch ending in 8942.
I'm sorry, that was 113, correct? Exhibit 113.
Yes.
Thank you. Exhibit 114.
Exhibit 114 is, you can see there is a mattress on the floor where it appears Zachariah Rasch would sleep. And next to that mattress is a cell phone located on the floor. It is right here.
And so that's in the middle, sort of middle top of the picture, just to the right of the mattress. Is that accurate?
Yeah, right to the right of this mattress, there's a black spot in basically almost the center of the photograph.
Okay, and 115.
That's that cell phone, and you can see the back side of it because it's flipped over.
And then did we later do any analysis on that cell phone?
Yes, I believe I had one of my partners in the office download that cell phone so I could review it.
Okay, 116.
116 is a bookshelf that was located inside Zachariah Rasch's bedroom. It's immediately to your right as you enter the door. I located two things of significance on this bookshelf. One was a credit card related to Crystal Rasch.
And I think so we'll go to 117.
Nope, that'll be a cell phone.
Okay, sorry.
No, you're fine. And the other item of interest, which was located So we'll just tell you right away, the cell phone is on the right-hand side here, and the credit card I speak about is located on the left-hand side here in like a handkerchief or towel.
Okay, so we'll go to 117.
117 is in, the cell phone I just referenced, and again, it was located on the bookshelf on the right-hand side.
Did we attempt to analyze that phone as well?
Yes, it was an older phone, and I don't believe there's anything of evidentiary value that came off of that cell phone.
The blue Motorola, was there anything of evidentiary value on that you recall?
I don't believe so.
Okay, moving on to 118, right?
Yes,
And what do we see in 118?
that's just a picture of, I believe that's actually the blue Motorola.
Exhibit 118 is the blue Motorola?
I believe that's the blue Motorola.
Oh, okay. Just the other
It's just,
side
yes.
of the blue Motorola.
So you would have seen earlier, the back side, it was a blue, showing the blue case. The front side just shows that it's in the case and it, I guess, showing the screen. We do that a lot of times because cell phones have cracks or cracks on the protective layers, and it just helps identify, all right, this is one and the same.
So going to so that's not the cell phone from the bookshelf. We don't have a separate picture from the cell phone from the bookshelf.
I don't believe that's the cell phone from the bookshelf. I believe that's the cell phone of the blue Motorola.
That's fine. 119.
119 is the credit card, which I spoke about locating, that belongs to Crystal Rasch, and it was located in what I believe to be like a red handkerchief or towel.
And then moving to 120.
Just shows that it is a Capital One credit card belonging to Crystal Rasch.
121.
This shows that it is potentially an active card, as the expiration date says it's valid through 1/2029.
Not that debit card that we've been referencing. Though,
That is
right?
not. This one ends in 0062.
Okay, so moving on to 122.
122, this is a photograph of the second search warrant. You can see that there's grass in the photo down here. That is, again, because we had ended up taking all of the items, a lot of the items from the bedroom out through the window to put on the tarp and on the ground so we could do a thorough search. And what you see by this cone is I believe it's called like a portable air conditioner, or like a 5-in-1 air conditioner. You load it with, you would pour water into it, then I think it has an electric fan and it helps cool you. It's not like an actual like Freon air conditioner, but it helps cool the air inside a room.
Why did you believe that had evidentiary value?
We have evidence of him purchasing this exact same portable air conditioner on a receipt located in his bedroom.
And purchasing with what account?
The Crystal Rasch ending in 8942.
Okay, thank you. Now 123, right?
123 is correct.
And what are we looking at here?
That is a black Chevy Silverado t-shirt located in the bedroom of Zachariah Rasch.
And why did we believe that was significant?
So in reviewing video of trying to find a timeline of Crystal Rasch, of where she was, this shirt comes into play on a couple occasions. Number one, on June 11th, 2024, Crystal Rasch is seen with Zachariah Rasch in Culver's in, I believe it was Oconomowoc. And he is wearing this exact same shirt. Of note, 6/11 is the last time that we ever see Crystal Rasch alive. Subsequently, on 6/22/2024, Zachariah Rasch is seen wearing this shirt again in Johnson's Creek and in Watertown.
And then did we take custody of that shirt?
Yes, we did. And you can see underneath the reflection of the tarp, that just means that, again, it was removed from the bedroom and it was taken outside, placed on the tarp where we took custody of it.
Okay. And then I didn't know exhibit number I handed you. And I'm sorry, I'm not showing
134.
134. Not doing a very good job of showing you guys these physical exhibits. Can you tell me what 134 is?
134 is listed as with our Dodge County case number, and then 177-102 black Silverado t-shirt. It also has a yellow Milwaukee lab number the same number, R24-1767, number H.
And so that was tested by, or at least sent to the crime lab, correct?
Yes.
Again, was that pre-opened this morning?
Yes, it was by Detective Cotney in my presence.
And it was sealed prior to opening?
Yes, it was.
If you could just take that shirt out and show that to the jury, please. Okay, so I believe we're on photo 123, is that right?
That's correct.
All right, moving on. What are we looking at here?
This is a Reebok gray t-shirt located in the bedroom of Zachariah Rasch.
And why did we think that was important?
There was stains on it that could be perceived as like a red stain.
Okay. And I'm gonna show you exhibit 135. What is that exhibit?
135 is described as 222-3 Reebok t-shirt. And that's about it.
Was it pre-opened as well?
Yes, it was by Detective Cotney in my presence this morning.
Okay, and if you can just pull that out and hold that up for the jury. And this would be something that was located the night, in the evening, or by the crime lab, or I guess we're not sure because the picture is not a crime lab photo, correct?
That's correct.
So moving on to picture 124. Oh, I guess we're done. Is that the conclusion of the photos from the search?
That is correct.
Is that correct? So anything else during the search of the inside that you located that had significant evidentiary value?
Not that I can think of.
Okay. So during the course of this investigation, is it fair to say that you were assigned a variety of other tasks?
Yes, I was. However, I will say on both the first and second search warrant, my primary focus was on the bedroom of Zachariah Rasch.
Okay. And after we completed the search of the residence, did we come to learn that Mr. Rasch had terminated his parental rights?
Yes, we did.
And so did we do anything to confirm that he in fact was the individual who had signed off on his parental rights?
Yes, I made contact with Ian Dodge, a member here at the Dodge County Sheriff's Office, who was able to provide me some video of that, I guess, hearing per se.
And I'm going to show you what I've marked exhibit 125. And so it's going to be 125, 2, 3, let's see. Exhibit 125, 1 through 5. You just look through that and tell me what that is.
These are still shots from the video I reviewed of the day of the termination.
So you reviewed the entire video, correct?
I did.
And then we just have the still shots here today, correct?
Yes.
So I'd move exhibit 1 25 in its entirety into evidence, please.
Any objection?
No.
Received.
And permission to publish too, I apologize.
You may.
Okay, what are we looking at here?
You're looking at a blue, it is blue. It's a pickup truck pulling into the court parking lot, which you guys probably all did today. It just shows that it's a blue four-door Dodge Ram. And that was the vehicle that Zachariah Rasch exited, and it was also located on his property the
Okay.
night of the search warrant.
And the time that it pulled in?
It's 8:49 a.m.
And do you know the courthouse cameras to be accurate?
Yes, I do. And it was also on June 17th, 2024.
Thank you. Going on to 125-2.
This is the lobby of the court, or of the child support agency on the third level of this building.
And then who do we see in this photo?
You see Zachariah Rasch on the farthest away, right here.
There's another person, looks like in a suit, shirt and tie in front of him, correct?
That's correct.
And when you circled the person, so it was in the top left portion of the photo, is that accurate, right? Kind of in front of the door that's in the photo?
Yes, he almost blends in with the door here. It's right here. This is Zachariah Rasch.
And then moving on to number 3. And what do we see here?
The same two people that we saw in the previous photo. However, now you can see Zachariah Rasch standing here, shirt and jeans.
And you're circling a person sort of in the front middle portion of the photo. And what does it look like he's looking at there?
Appears to be a TV on the wall, and he's got his arms crossed.
Okay, and then 4.
That is branch 2. You can see Zachariah Rasch right here, seated at the table, again with what appears to be his attorney. Same two guys on this table right here.
Okay, and then 5.
That is, you can see the vehicle that Zachariah Rasch came in, leaves as well. I watched him get into that vehicle and leave the courthouse on June 17th, 2024 at 8:49 a.m.
And did he come alone?
Yes,
And did he leave alone?
yes.
Now, did you do an analysis of that red Samsung cell phone?
I did a manual review, and I also reviewed an analysis report that was done by one of my colleagues.
And so first let's talk about what does that mean? Well, when we get a cell phone as law enforcement, what are the important, let me back up even further. Have you been trained on the searching of cell phones generally?
Yes.
And what are some of the things that you've been trained on for searching cell phones?
Some of the things I've been trained on are deleted items, the deleted folders, the notepad, looking through, trying to find, secretive apps where you can store some things. So there's a multitude of things that to the naked eye, it would just look like a camera application. You can download a camera application that will store all your photos that nobody else would have access to. You have to enter a pad a calculator application where you enter a code and it opens up and you can store your stuff in there. You just look for like duplicate applications that just seem like, why would you have 2 calculators or 2, photograph apps, things in regards to that.
Backing up even further, what are some important things that we have to do as law enforcement to preserve the evidence when we get a phone?
Well, right away, we typically like to put our phones on airplane mode. If possible, you could throw it into like a Faraday bag, which is a bag that will lock it in the chamber and not let it have cell phone communication to towers and whatnot. We often like to try and get either consent and or a warrant, and also the PIN to get into the phone.
And in this case, did we in fact get consent to the phone?
Yes, we did.
And did we get a pen, or did we do something so that we didn't have to utilize the pen on the phone?
I believe we got a PIN, but I don't recall.
But you were able to get into the phone.
Yes, I was.
And Then, so we have a manual review. And so what does that mean, a manual review?
A manual review is basically, if you hand me your cell phone, I can look through anything I can access with my, I guess, my finger. I was scrolling through, looking through, that's a manual review. I'm not deep diving into something that pulling out files that you may have, like trying to run an extra file or an extra program to try and pull more information out. It's just simply what I can view on your phone to the naked eye.
And did we also take the phone somewhere to be downloaded?
Yes, we did.
And what does that mean, downloaded?
So basically, when there's a couple different programs out there, there's like Great Key, there's Celebrate, there's some other things. With that being said, you basically take the phone, you plug it into a computer system, you run a program. I'm not certified in that. I've watched my partners do it. I understand the concept behind it. And what that does is it will take the data off the cell phone and they'll put it into like a user-friendly report that's searchable and organized. So it'll go chronologically by date. You can organize photos and videos and text messages, etc. With that, it's much easier to navigate. And what I will say, it's not a 100% replica of the phone. It will never add extra information, but you might not get everything off of the phone. I mean, technology is only so good.
And so we did both of those things, correct?
Yes.
So I'm going to show you first Exhibit 129 and 130. What are these two exhibits?
129 we'll start with. You can see the word, it says Celebrate right on there. That is the program that we use to download this cell phone. There's a report creation date and time, which is listed, as well as the extraction date and time. It will give you the whether it's the IED or it'll give you the information of the cell phone to basically associate the cell phone to the report. It will list out, user accounts. And that's basically what this first one is for Exhibit 129. It shows the accounts and the device.
And so that just tells us who, and going on to page 2 of that, going on to page 3 of that, it shows you on line 4, email address associated with the phone, correct?
Yes, it says creation time username, Zach and Crystal 2008@gmail.com.
And then there's some other user information on this, correct?
That is correct.
And that would does that show us that Zach Rasch was the primary person that was using this phone?
Yes.
And he also had it on his person, correct?
Yes, the cell phone was located on his person.
Okay. And then I want to go to Exhibit 130. And what is Exhibit 130?
Exhibit 130 is a 308-page document stating the extraction report of a Google Android web history, and there appears to be 1,655 searches completed.
Now, is this report for every single web search that was on the phone?
No, it is not.
And what web searches would this report memorialize that was on the phone?
This would report any web search done from January 17th, 2024 to July 1st, 2024.
Okay. And why did we do a report just for those dates and not every single web search that was done on the phone?
It is hard to determine when the phone would have been used by or received by Zachariah Rasch. And if we would have taken everything, we could be looking at a multiple 1,000-page report here. These are the date range of interest to us in regards to Crystal being missing.
So here, I guess my question is, approximately, could have been upwards of 10,000 pages of information if we would have taken put a document together for every single web search that was conducted on that phone.
Absolutely. This is only 6 months and it's 300 pages.
And likewise, this does not include all of the data. Like, this doesn't include text messages. This doesn't include Facebook messages. This doesn't include any other type of application that was utilized by the phone. This is just web search history that was captured by the phone, correct?
Yes, this is a very small piece of information. If you printed the entire report, I don't know how many reams of paper you would have.
So that's what this small little device here contains probably hundreds and thousands of physical pages of information, correct?
Absolutely.
So now, when you were doing a manual review of the device, did you take screenshots of the device?
Yes, I did.
For things that you believe were relevant?
I did.
Is it fair to say that there's also screenshots that you took that we ultimately determined that maybe weren't 100? You took screenshots of everything that could be relevant, correct?
Yes, I did.
And then was there ultimately a PowerPoint presentation that was put together that contained those screenshots of the most relevant information?
Yes.
So I'm showing you, I don't even know where we left off.
126.
I guess I should say I don't know where we ended. So I'm showing you a document that contains Exhibit 126 through 196. Can you just briefly look through that and let me know if that is in fact the remainder of the PowerPoint presentation that was put together for your testimony here? Because they're kind of out of order.
In a quick review, I see one page not
One.
marked as an exhibit.
Oh,
Never mind, they coincide. Yes, it looks to be correct.
sorry, I guess I should. My assistants over here are clarifying. So it's not exhibits 126 through 196. It would be 126, 127, 128, and then 131 through 196, correct? Because we used some of those other exhibit numbers for the physical exhibits. Everything I gave you, you recognize, correct?
Yes, I do. I'm just verifying the numbers that you just gave me. Yes, so there's a gap in between 128 and 136.
Between 138 and 136, you stated. correct?
128 and 136.
Thank you. So you have 124 through 128, correct?
No, I have start with 126 here.
126 through 128, and then 136 through 196, correct?
Yes.
I would move all of those exhibits into evidence and then permission to publish to the jury.
Any objections? No. Received. They can be published.
All right, so we're starting with, and if you can just correct me if I get any of these exhibit numbers wrong, please, as you have been doing. So now we're on 126, correct?
Yes.
What are we looking at here?
This is from a manual review of the phone. This is from Zach Jr., so Zachariah Rasch's son. And on June 11th at 8:17 p.m., Zachariah Rasch, here today, says, so Zachariah Rasch, or the cell phone that I'm looking at, is going to be in the blue or the purple here. Anything in gray is going to be received. Anything in the purple or blue is going to be sent from the phone. He says, have you heard from Crystal? And that is, again, on June 11th at 8:17 p.m.
And that is going to be the time that the device was in at the time that it was sent, correct?
Yes.
And this, I mean, so that would be obviously our time. That's in Kleiman, Wisconsin.
That's correct. And Zach Jr. says nope. And then Zachariah Rasch says, okay, the conversation ends.
And then the remainder of this conversation, not necessarily pertinent to this investigation, correct?
I would agree.
And then going on to, so we'll call that 126.2. So the continuation of their chat communication.
So 10 days later, you can see June 21st at 10:56 a.m. There are some messages exchanged. However, if you go towards the bottom, again, we're still looking at June 21st. He says again to his son, have you heard from Crystal? And Zach Jr. says, no.
And just, we're not going to go through the content per se, but what are they generally talking about at the top?
It appears to be a camper that I believe would be for land up in Adams County.
Okay. And then going on to 126.3.
This is a continuation, but we wanted to get the date for you guys to understand where this comes into play. So this is a continuation of the message. Have you heard from Crystal? Nope. And then Zachariah Rasch says, she's pissed, I think. I told her I was done fighting for the kids to come home and I was giving up all my rights because of what she all said. I got a copy of everything. She said grandma read it and was shocked. His son replies, yeah. On June 21st at 12:36 p.m., Zachariah Rasch says, she's mad now because I signed my rights off. It's her fault. His son says, yeah, she fucked it all up. Then he replies, Zachariah Rasch replies, she told them I can't be trusted alone with kids. His son replies, that's fucked up.
And going on to, is there one final?
Yes.
Okay. And that's, sorry, we're on 126. This is the third page, correct?
It'd be the fourth page
Fourth
total.
page, thank you. And then what's the continuation?
Continuation, Zachariah Rasch says, yeah, it is.
Okay, and we'll end there. Going on to the next, so this would be 127, correct?
Yes.
And who is this a message between?
This is between Zachariah Rasch and his mother, Mary Rasch.
And how do we know Mary is his mother, Mary Rasch?
They were in their house together. They lived together. I don't know.
Through the course of the investigation, you'll confirm that this is her profile
Correct.
information. So same deal that the purple, it looks purple to me, purple or blue stuff on the right side is Zach's and the left side is Mary, correct?
That is correct.
So what does Zach say?
For the entire conversation?
Yes.
So Zach says, you went to Watertown and got ripped off. Mary says, yep. Zach says, I will never go to Watertown again. I got headlights this morning. I had to meet someone to get them. Mary replies, Dad always does. Really? Where did you have to meet them? At. How much were they? Zach replies, they were $25 in Columbus. They're LED ones. Mary says, wow. Zach says, I've never closed those kind before. The lady said she ordered a set from Walmart and she got 2 sets. Mary says, really?
And going on to the next page, so page 2 of 127.
Zach says, I looked them up on Walmart.com and they're $100 for the set. Mary says, wow, holy crap. Zach replies, right, I would never spend that much on a set. Mary says, right.
And continuing on to 3.
Zach says, I always spent around $20 for a set on eBay, but I need them ASAP. So I spent $5 more than I usually do. Mary replies, yeah, but they are new. Zach says, yeah.
And then looks like there's, so that above message, we don't know exactly, there was no time, there was no date exactly on that screenshot, correct?
That's correct.
But on this missed call here, what is the date of that missed call?
Retracting, I can tell you that the initial conversation that I read to you guys was on June 12th.
I'm sorry, how did you know that?
Because on June 11th, Zachariah Rasch is seen at O'Reilly's purchasing the exact same headlights he's speaking of.
And did he purchasing them in the parking lot from someone for?
No, there's a
$45?
receipt. There's a receipt that he purchased for the headlight. The LED headlights were a little over $100 and he purchased at the store.
Okay. Then it looks like here there's another conversation, and we'll go to page 4 of that conversation. Or there's not a page 4. We'll end it there. Okay.
This is page 3, yeah.
Page 3.
Did you want to reference anything on that last page?
Oh. So going on to the next screenshot that we have, 128, right?
Yes.
What are we looking at here?
This is a conversation between what appears to be Crystal Rasch and Zachariah Rasch.
Okay, and is this, no, you were not in charge of the Facebook information, right?
Just the manual review.
Right, but you didn't pull Facebook records and go through that, but did you know Crystal's original Facebook account and whether or not this was Crystal's original Facebook account?
Again, this is a manual review. If some of you guys have Facebook or Messenger, you know that, or I should say you know, but if you click on this profile picture right here, you can click view profile, which I did. When I clicked on view profile, it was Crystal Rasch. She had one friend. It was Mary Rasch. I believe it was one friend of Mary Rasch. And there was no photographs, no posts, no nothing on there. And it appeared to be newly created.
Okay, and the message that was sent purportedly to be from the Crystal Rasch account, what date was that sent?
June 23rd at 10:13 p.m.
And what is the message?
From
the Crystal Rasch.
From
account?
Crystal Rasch, it states, I am fine. People need to stop.
And then from Zach Rasch account?
Zach says, where are you? And you can see underneath that message, it says, you can now message and call each other and see info like active status when you've read messages, which means this is a newly linked account with each other. There hasn't been prior conversations or associations with one another.
And then the gray, and how do you know that information that you just said, how do you know that? Based on your training and experience?
Training experience and personal life.
Thank you. And then the gray.
Crystal states, a person perceived to be Crystal states, I just can't believe someone called the cops. I'm an adult. I'm not a child. She again states, who called them? Zach replies, I don't know. Where are you? I miss you and love you. Crystal replies, I'm fine. I'll be back when I'm ready.
And then going on, this is 128, correct?
This is 128, page 2 now.
Okay.
The same date. 747. Okay, so after it says, I'm fine, I'll be back when I'm ready. You can see Zach replies, why are you doing this? And then it says it couldn't send. That was on June 23rd at 10:47 p.m. And then I don't know what was attempted to be sent at June 26th. I don't know why that says it could not send.
Okay. And you don't know why it says it couldn't send?
Correct.
Correct? Okay. So now moving to 129. Sorry, is this 129 or
136.
136? Thank you. What now we've switched from these communication screenshots, correct?
That's correct.
And what are we looking at now?
Right now, we are looking at the Google, specifically Google web history search. So on your phone, if you allow your phone to, I guess, track you or, log some of the searches that you've done before, you can go into your Google account, you can click search history, and at that point, it will tell you anything and everything that you've ever searched in your Google account. And some of these screenshots you'll see, these are screenshots of dates and times of what was searched on any device that was logged into or anybody that would have access to the accounts associated with Zachariah Rasch.
And that's the Google account, Zach and Crystal Rasch 2008 @gmail.com, correct?
I believe so.
And that's the Google account that was logged into Zachariah Rasch's phone at the time that you did the manual review, correct?
Correct. When I did the manual review, this is from the account that was logged in on the cell phone that I removed from his pocket on the night of the very first search warrant.
Okay, and so the first search that you found to be relevant, what date was that?
February 2nd at 7:09 p.m.
And can you see that okay from where you're sitting? We can also zoom, see it on the screen. We can also zoom in if you need us to.
If I'm good to use my handouts here, I can see them on here for now.
Okay, but we can also, so going to, and I'm sorry, you said February 2nd, 7:09 p.m., correct?
Correct, and it is 2024. I know it's not listed up there, but that is the year. It's current for during this investigation.
And then there it says unknown device, right?
That's correct.
And then going to, that's 136, correct?
Yes. Did you want me to read the search or we don't?
Oh, yes, please. I'm sorry. I thought we already did that. Thank you for.
He searched for, can infidelity hurt you in divorce in Wisconsin?
Okay, and then going to 137.
February 2nd, 9:33 p.m. Cheating spouse in divorce.
And what time was that searched?
9:33 p.m. on February 2nd, 2024.
Okay, and 138.
On February 2nd at 9:40 p.m. 2024, it searched cheating spouse in divorce in Wisconsin.
And 939. What are we looking at now?
So 939, when we talked about Exhibit 130, which is this big stack of web history off of the Celebrate download. Again, the Celebrate is the information pulled from the cell phone, but it's again organized in a way that we can like navigate it a little better. So when you see this like this screen, they're all going to look like this. Anything that looks like this, with especially when it says like a page 90 on it or page whatever on top, those are all going to be from Celebrate. It's still from the cell phone, but it's not from my manual review. It's from the extraction of the phone.
And then, so if we can, if I can have my trusty assistant here zoom in first on line 520.
On 520. So that is February 2nd at 8:48 p.m. And he is searching the Wisconsin Circuit Court Access website.
And you just, so I'm sure everyone can see and follow along, but if you can just show you're getting the time from which column?
Right here. This, I would call it quote unquote the middle column. So it's February 2nd, 2024, 8:48 p.m. And then this will be the website. And sometimes you'll see over here an actual an actual terminology that's searched.
Okay, and then if we can go over, I don't know if it's, yeah, there we go. And then this information in this bar column, what is this just showing us basically?
This is the source file, which is, it's from the Samsung, so from the cell phone, and this is all computer, I will say mumble jumble, that somebody smarter than I can diagnose, but it just shows that it's from the cell phone.
That very top part though, when it says Chrome, what does that mean?
That's a browser,
Okay.
like an internet-based Chrome browser.
And is that an application that would be on the phone?
So it can be on access via website, or typically a cell phone will have, and especially on Android, it will have what's called a widget. So you typically type into your Google search bar. It's a widget that you can move around on your phone. Like, how do I get to Milwaukee? Or how do I, how do I bake a cake? That's a widget form in Chrome.
Widget and application look the same, but the terminology is different, correct?
Yes.
So, yep, go back over. So now let's get to line 521. What do we see there?
521 is searched, how can adultery affect division of assets? And it's from a website, Diggs and Sadler, which is searched on February 2nd, 2024 at 9:36 p.m.
And just remind, and what time was that?
9:36 p.m.
And then just remind me, going back to our screenshots, when do our screenshots start?
Cheating spouse and divorce for a screenshot is at 9:33 p.m. on the same day. And then again, cheating spouse and divorce in Wisconsin is at 9:40 p.m. on the same day.
So about the same time frame, right?
Right.
So even though that is for just the profile searching, that this shows that the actual device is searching similar information, right?
That is correct. So what I want to correlate is the fact of my manual review and the extraction of the cell phone shows that this cell phone did search what was on the Google account.
Okay. And then going down to line 522, what are we seeing there?
522 is understanding adultery and affairs in Wisconsin divorce. Ohiku law. That's February 2nd, 2024 at 9:37 p.m. Same time frame.
Okay. Moving on to our next column of page 90, if we can zoom. So this is page 90 of exhibit. Sorry, what's my exhibit number?
138.
That's the big one, is 138?
No, it's just 138 for these 3 pages.
Sorry. Oh,
Because we're in the smaller ones.
nope. So this would be, so this is exhibit 130, page 90 of exhibit 130.
That's correct.
So column, 130 is page 90 of exhibit. So we're just all confirming that the record is clear. This is a continuation of page 90 on exhibit 130. Now we're on column 524. What is searched on the phone?
How to send a text with a different number.
Now that was not in your screenshot search, right?
I did not screenshot it, and it's not here, no.
Okay. But that was captured in the Celebrite download from
Correct.
the device.
Correct, from the cell phone.
Okay. And then on the next day, what do we have him searching?
So on February 3rd, 2024, he searches 23FA317, which is the case number associated with Dodge County divorce between Zachariah Rasch and Crystal Rasch.
And then also on February 5th, what does he search?
The exact same thing, the 23FA317, and that is the divorce associated with him and Crystal Rasch.
Okay, so now our next slide, which would be, I think, exhibit 139, correct?
That's correct.
And what date are we on now?
February 20th at 6:30 p.m.
Okay, and what is our search now?
9mm gun silencer.
And remind me again, what kind of gun did you find in the room?
It was a 9mm,
Okay.
the caliber.
And what type of gun was that?
A Taurus.
And this was searched on February 20th at what time?
6:30 p.m.
Okay. Now going to the next slide, we'll go, can we zoom in there on column 599? What do we see? We'll start at the very top there. What do we see there?
So there's a search from this cell phone of case number 23 CV 469, which is a Dodge County case number. It is a civil case between, well, I shouldn't say that. It's not accessible to me now as the general public. It's been removed from the system. However, I was made aware that it was a civil case between Zachariah Rasch and Crystal Rasch.
And so that was searched at 5:36 p.m., correct?
Yes.
On the device. And then we'll go column 600. It looks like remains on CCAP, the device does, correct?
Yes.
And column 601 shows the device is remaining on CCAP.
Yes.
CCAP is kind of what we use for short of the Wisconsin Circuit Court access records, correct?
That's correct.
Now going to page 104. So the time that we left off on 601 that he was looking at those CCAP searches was 5:36 p.m. So now we're in column 602. If we can zoom in on that.
Yep. So at 6:02, less than 1 hour later, at 6:31 p.m., he is on a website, Silencer Center, looking for something in regards to silencers, it appears.
Okay, and then at column 603, so a minute later.
Yep, he is at top 5 best 9mm suppressors at 6:32 p.m.
Okay, and then at 604.
Looks like some type of Delta Defense.
Okay, then we'll go continuing now on to page 105.
105, starting with 607, it's Beaver Dam, Wisconsin Fleet Farm concealed carry class,
Okay,
which is at 6:51, so approximately, we'll just say 20 minutes after being on the silencer website, or 15 to 20 minutes.
and then some more searches about those concealed carry classes, right?
Yes, Wisconsin concealed carry classes and equip to conceal, Watertown Conservation Club.
Now going to, if we go to the next exhibit.
Exhibit
140.
140. Exhibit 140 is from the manual review, February 20th, 6:32 p.m. Top 5 best 9mm suppressors silencer shop.
And that was the same search that we saw on that Celebrate earlier, right? There was one that confirmed that was on that device.
That is correct.
Okay. Now going, so you do not have any screenshots on for date 121, right, or on February 21st, correct?
I do not.
But there's some Celebrate searches on the 21st, correct?
Yes.
So what, starting in column 620, if we can zoom in just on that top column there.
620 through 622 are almost the exact same question. It is, how do I disguise my voice while making phone calls? Is there any app of the sort?
And what time are those made?
February 21st, 2024 at 2:54 p.m.
And then moving, so I think that's.
It appears he searches it 3 times, about a minute apart.
Okay. Now we're on 141, correct?
We're still at, if you want to do this, do you need 623 or no?
Sorry, 623 was the same. Oh, sorry, yes. Can you zoom into that, please?
623, he asks the question, how long will fingerprints last? I'm sorry. How long will fingerprints last on a plastic surface?
And what is the date and time of that?
February 24th, 2024, 4:29 PM.
What is that's fine. Going on to the next exhibit, 141.
141, it's a manual review screenshot. He searches, or a person with access to the device searches, can you install cameras during a divorce in Wisconsin? That's searched March 15th at 12:24 PM.
Okay. And then on page 112 of exhibit 130, what do we have here?
So on line 651, which is the very first line, must be using backwards. 651, he searches 23 FA 317, which again is a divorce associated with Crystal Rasch and Zachariah Rasch. That's at 8:29 AM on 3/14.
So the previous day on this one.
Yes.
And then at 652. Line 652.
652, some type of search, whether he asks a question or not. It states, I am going through divorce. Can I set up hidden camera?
And what time is that search?
On 3/15 at 12:24 PM.
And then on line 653.
653, it appears he asks the question, can my wife put cameras without my permission in my house? And that's from 3/15, 2024 at 12:24 PM.
And that was in my house, correct?
Correct.
And then right underneath that, what do we have on line 654?
About 2.5 hours later, or 2 hours and 20 minutes later, it appears he accessed the Wisconsin Circuit Court Access website.
So for this one, we don't know what case he's looking, but again, looking at that Wisconsin Circuit Court Access website.
Yes.
So, and again, that was page 112, exhibit 130. So now, moving on to exhibit 142, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
142, manual review, how to locate a person's location on Facebook. That was done at 9:31 PM. And then how to find someone on Facebook, 9:28 PM.
And then going to page 114 of exhibit 130. We're on line 665. What's the question asked?
How do I find people by location on Facebook on 3/15 at 9:29 PM, which is exactly in between the two searches I showed you, or you showed on the previous slide.
And then on the line 666.
Is it possible to track someone's location on Facebook? 3/15 at 9:29 PM.
Now going to exhibit 143. That's right, we're tracking correctly.
Yes.
Excuse me. What date are we on?
March 30th, 11:36 PM. Somebody searches, can you pinpoint a cell phone location?
Sorry, excuse me. And that was March 30th at 11:36, correct?
That's correct.
And then going on to page 125 of exhibit 130.
It's some type of website where it says, locate any phone in 5 seconds, no software or apps needed.
And what was the date of that search?
March 30th, 2024, 11:28 PM, which is 8 minutes difference from the previous screenshot.
Okay, and then going on, so we're on March 30th, correct?
That's correct.
So going on to page 126, continuing, so that we were on page 125 of exhibit 130 on the previous slide, line 710. Now going on to page 126, line 730 or 713. Looks like he buys something. We don't know what, right?
Yeah.
And then going on to line 714, what is the search here?
714, can someone help me track a person's pinpoint location using his mobile number? I am not a computer or mobile expert. That's 3/30/2024 at 11:35 p.m., 1 minute off the original manual review.
Okay, and then at 715.
Detective Life, better than a private detective. Access some type of website for Detective Life at 11:37 p.m., which is 1 minute off of the original manual review.
And then on 716.
Reverse phone lookup at 11:37 p.m. Again, 1 minute off of the original manual review.
Okay, so now we're going to exhibit 144, correct?
Correct.
And what do we have a search of?
March 31st, 2024 at 12:14 a.m., 730 Main Street, Klamath, Wisconsin, 53016, satellite view. That is the residence of Crystal Rasch, where she was currently living.
And do you know if the defendant, Zachariah Rasch, also used to reside there with
Yes.
Crystal Rasch? Okay. And that was exhibit 144, correct?
Correct.
Now going to 145.
145, April 4th, 2024, 7:12 p.m. What's an IP address?
I'm sorry, you did say the time, right? 7:12 p.m.?
Yes, I will try and say all dates and times.
Thanks. And then 145.
No, this is
Sorry,
146.
146. Thank you.
April 4th, 2024, 7:19 p.m. Someone searches, can the police find your exact location via an IP address? Quora.
147.
April 4th, 2024, 7:23 p.m. Someone searches, can police track your location?
148.
148, April 4th, 2024, 7:23 p.m. Someone searches, can police trace IP address?
As we keep, we'll continue to go through these. What is an IP address?
An IP address is it's an address that's, well, it's a number associated with the internet that's assigned by carrier companies. You think about all of like Charter, even like Verizon, anything that has an internet address or an internet access point, it has this encrypted, I shouldn't say encrypted, but it has this randomized number that you can identify the location of said address, if that makes sense.
Of the device where it's accessing,
Correct.
generally speaking. It gets far more complicated, but generally speaking, where the device, the address that the device is accessing the internet.
Correct. The IP address is, although it's numbers, you can plug those numbers into, let's say, a website, and it will give you a location of where that internet access point is being accessed.
So we left off this one here that we're looking at on the screen at 7:23 p.m. That was 148, correct?
Yes.
Now we're on 149.
April 4th, 2024, 7:30 p.m. Someone searches, can a IP address be traced to a location?
$150.
April 4th, 2024, 7:38 p.m. Someone searches, can police trace a private number?
151.
April 4th, 2024, 7:49 p.m. Someone Googles track IP address exact location.
152.
April 4th, 2024, 7:40 p.m. A search is conducted. Can an IP address to traced on a phone with no service?
153.
April 4th, 2024, 7:54 p.m. Does a mobile number, someone searches, does a mobile phone with no cell service have an IP address?
154.
April 4th, 2024, 7:54 p.m. Someone searches, can a mobile hotspot be traced?
155.
April 4th, 2024 at 7:52 p.m. Someone searches, do cell phone IP addresses change?
156.
April 4th, 2024, 7:59 p.m. Someone searches, how fast can police trace a IP address?
157.
157, April 4th, 2024 at 8 p.m. Someone searches, when will police track an IP address to solve cybercrime?
I just want to correct that. Is this a search or is this, does this show?
Yeah, it shows the website was visited. I apologize.
So as a result of doing that search, someone using that Google account visited that specific website.
Yes.
So you don't know for certain, but perhaps doing that search, that website came up and someone clicked on it.
That's correct.
Okay, now going back to the actual device on page 152 of Exhibit 130, starting with line 855 at 719. So we'll go back. A lot of screenshots here for these searches. So
Exhibit 145.
So Exhibit 145 was the first 149. The what's an we go with that. I think what's an IP address was the first one, right?
Correct.
And that one was one.
I don't know how far back.
Oh, 145. Okay. Yes, you're right. What's an IP address was 145. So that's the first one. And that starts at 7:12, correct?
Correct. 7:12 p.m.
Okay. And then so on. Sorry, can you go? Yeah. So starting with page 152 of Exhibit 130, line 855, what question or what is searched in the actual device?
So on 855, the question is asked, can the police find your exact location via an IP address? That's on April 4th at 7:19 p.m. Subsequently, with Exhibit 146 I read earlier, it says, can the police find your exact location via an IP address, Quora, at April 4th at 7:19 p.m., meaning they are at the exact same time.
And then line 856.
856, can the police find your exact location via an IP address? That's on April 4th, 2024 at 7:19 p.m.
Line 857.
How can my home address be found with my IP address? April 4th, 2024, 7:33 p.m.
And then, so this, continuing on page 152, line 858.
How can Google retrieve my real IP address? Our VPN. So what a VPN is it will randomize your IP address. So if I get a VPN and install it or run that through my computer system, I can be using an IP address from Brazil, even though I'm sitting here in Juneau, Wisconsin. So VPN is something that you can alter your IP address with.
Line 859.
859, how can Google retrieve my real IP address? April 4th, 2024, 7:34 p.m.
Line 860.
Does my phone have an IP address when I'm using the internet but not connected to Wi-Fi? Ask Science. And that's April 4th, 2024, 7:41 p.m.
Now we're moving on to page 153 of Exhibit 130, line 861.
861, question. Can they track your IP address through your phone when your phone is off?
And what time was that? I'm sorry. Did you say
7:42 p.m.
Line 862.
Question, can they track your IP address through your phone when your phone is off? April 4th, 2024, 7:42 p.m.
Line 863.
Could someone track my location using my cell phone's IP address? April 4th, 2024, 7:47 p.m.
And then continuing on to the, you can just go to the next page that got the entirety. Yes, there we go. 864, that whole line there.
How can I be traced if I am using Wi-Fi via a hotspot?
And the date on that.
Sorry, April 4th, 2024 at 7:56 p.m.
And just so the record is clear, we're still on page 153 of Exhibit 130, line 865.
How can I be traced if I am using Wi-Fi via a hotspot? April 4th, 2024, 7:56 p.m.
Line 866.
When will police track an IP address to solve a cybercrime? April 4th, 2024, 8 p.m.
And that was that website that we saw was visited on that screenshot, correct?
Exhibit 157 is when will police track an IP address to solve a cybercrime? That website was visited April 4th at 8 p.m.
So yeah, same.
The exact same time.
Okay. Looks like we might be moving on to a new topic now. Going on to what exhibit number are we at?
58.
Thank you.
So-
Back to that silencer.
158. So on April 8th, 2024, 3:31 in the morning, someone searches Taurus G2C silencer. A Taurus G2C is the exact same gun I located in Zachariah Rasch's bedroom.
Okay, and what time, that was at 3:31 a.m., correct?
Correct.
Okay, and now 1:59.
April 8th, 2024 at 3:34 a.m. Websites visited, home built 9mm handgun suppressor, homemadetools.net.
Okay. 160.
A website is visited April 8th, 2024 at 3:35 a.m. How to make a suppressor with pictures, WikiHow.
161.
161. The terminology is searched on April 8th, 2024 at 3:37 a.m. How to make a silencer for a 9mm.
Okay. Now going to the phone. So on April 8th, what is searched?
On April 8th, 2024 at 12:37 in the morning, the Wisconsin Circuit Court Access website is searched. You'll see on 8:75, 76, and 77. All the time frames are within seconds apart, so it's all at 12:37. The 2023 FA 317 is searched or accessed on the physical phone from the extraction. And again, we recall that 23 FA 317 is the divorce case number associated with Crystal Rasch and Zachariah Rasch.
So in the middle of the night or in the early morning hours of the 8th, searching that family court case, and then going on to, now do we have, but we don't have these silencer searches this time on the phone. So the next time it looks like if we go on to page 162, on 898, what do we see here?
So you'll see on this slide and the next slide, it's less than 3 hours later. He is accessing websites or doing searches in regards to ProMag. So on 898, on April 8th, April 8th, 2024 at 3:15 in the morning, he visits a website, ProMag G Series 9mm magazine, 32 rounds, shoptaurus.com. Again, we know Taurus was the gun that he owned.
So that is he searches Taurus G2C silencer on April 8th at 3:30. His account searches it on April 8th at 3:31 a.m. And just before that, we have his phone on sort of accessories for that gun, correct?
Yes.
Going on to page 164. Zoom in to, got ahead of myself here. Line 910.
910, home-built 9mm handgun suppressor, homemadetools.net, April 8th, 2024 at 3:34 a.m., which is 3 minutes off of the original manual review search that we showed first.
So the phone does search that, correct?
Yes.
And then 911, what do we see?
How to make a suppressor with pictures, WikiHow, April 8th, 2024 at 3:35 a.m.
So searches that family law case at what time again?
Family law was at 12 o'clock, 12:37 a.m.
And then by 3:35 a.m., he's searching how to make a suppressor.
That's correct.
Did you find a suppressor at the scene?
I did not.
What exhibit number are we on?
162 we'll be going to.
Okay. What do we got now?
April 12th, 2024 at 11:49 p.m. A search is conducted off of somebody having access to the account. Can a person feel when they are dying?
Okay. And then 177. So this search was at 11:49 p.m. on April 12th. That search on the Google account, correct?
Correct.
So, sorry, what page? I think this is on page 1. Go up to the top. I'm sorry.
177.
Page 177, line 967. Where are we at again?
967, we're back on the Wisconsin Circuit Court access, which you'll see on 968. It's the exact same time, just 20 seconds off. So April 12th, 2024 at 5:10 p.m. He searches 23 FA 317, which again is the case number associated with the divorce.
This, can a person feel when they are dying? We did not get that on the device, on the Celebrate search, correct?
I don't believe so.
Okay. Going to, we're now 163, correct?
Yes.
What's our search here?
April 23rd, 2024, 9:39 p.m. Taurus TS9.
Okay. 160, sorry, we're on 164 now, right? What's this search?
May 25th, 7:31 p.m. Where to get ammunition, Adams, Wisconsin.
Okay. May 165.
May 28th, 2024, 12:20 a.m. A website is visited. Do you die instantly from a gunshot to the head? Do you feel any? And then there's obviously more to the website, but you can't see it here.
166.
166, May 28th at 12:40 a.m. Website is visited. What is the difference between head shooting and chest shooting?
167.
167, May 28th, 2024, 12:41 a.m. A search term is used. Will a gunshot to the head instant death?
168.
May 28th, 2024, 12:45 a.m. A search is conducted. Will a 9mm kill an animal if shot to the head?
Okay. Now, going on to page 189 of exhibit 130. Let's zoom into that top line first. It looks like, is this a different family court case?
Yes, so 21 FA 429. So you can see that on May 28th, 2024 at 12:01 a.m., this website on the Wisconsin Circuit Court Access website is accessed. I looked this case up. This case number is associated with Zachariah Rasch and Crystal Rasch in regards to child support and or maintenance. On May 11th, 2022, Zachariah Rasch was ordered to pay $154.38 per week for child support. Also on that same date, he was ordered to pay $10 a week in arrears in regards to this case.
So then he searches that at 12:01 a.m. on May 28th, correct?
Yes.
And then it looks like, according to line 1026, he still remains on the circuit court access through 12:01. So 1020, line 1026, 1027, 1028.
That's correct.
Still remains on the, Wisconsin Circuit Court access site, correct?
Yes, all the way until the next slide, you'll see at 12:17.
And that's line 1064. So 12/17. Now, we don't know if he closes that website. We just know that that's the last search that's captured on Celebrate, correct?
That's, yes, on the cell phone off of Celebrate.
And then do my math for me. Between 12/17 and 12:21 a.m. How many minutes is that?
I would say 4.
4 minutes. What does he search on his device?
On his device, it's search, do you die instantly from a gunshot to the head? Do you feel any pain at all?
Okay, line 1066.
1066, May 28th, 2024 at 12:40 a.m., 20 minutes after the last search. What is the difference between head shooting and chest shooting?
Okay, so now let me just ask you, the 28th, do you know what day of the week that was? By chance?
I do not.
We'll follow up on that. Now going to 169. Now we're all the way to June 6th, right?
That's correct.
Okay,
June 6th, 2024, 2:07 p.m. Search is conducted. Can a disability person be put on a witness stand?
okay. 170.
170, a website is visited on June 6th, 2024 at 2:08 p.m. Do I still have to testify in court if I'm mentally unstable? Quora.
Now, page 201.
2:01 on June 6th, 2024 at 2:08 p.m., which is the exact same time as the previous slide. It is searched from the device. Do I still have to testify in court if I'm mentally unstable?
And then what's that next search underneath that? It's the next day, but
It's the next day at 9:03 p.m. and it says, is a used Mitsubishi Eclipse Cross a good buy?
okay. Did he already own that vehicle at that time? Do you know?
Yes, he did.
Okay. So then going to, what are we, 171?
Yes.
All right, what do we see here?
June 6, 2024, 11:30 p.m. A search is conducted. Can you get widow's benefits if taxes were never filed?
Okay, at 11:30 p.m., correct?
11:30 p.m., yes.
And then the next,
June, sorry.
172.
172. June 6, 2024 at 11:26 p.m. A search is conducted. How long can you get widow's benefits?
Okay. Was Zachariah Rasch a widow?
No, it was not.
Were his parents married?
Yes.
Now, was his grandma a widow?
I don't recall.
Okay. Next slide.
Exhibit 173, June 7th at 12:16 p.m. A search is conducted. Can your past record be used in a jury trial in Wisconsin?
It's on June 7th at 12:16 p.m., right?
Correct.
Okay. And then the next search.
Exhibit 173, June 7th at 6:53 p.m. 2024. A search is conducted. Do dogs attempt suicide?
Okay. Next search.
Exhibit 174, June 6th, 2024 at 5:30 p.m. A search is conducted. Child custody lawyers in Milwaukee.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
Exhibit 175, June 10th, 2024 at 11:49 p.m. Child custody, a search is conducted. Child custody lawyers in Milwaukee.
And then next.
Exhibit
slide.
176, June 10th, 2024 at 11:51 p.m. A website is visited. Child custody attorneys, Milwaukee, Magna in Hunecki.
Okay. And then page 230. Now, was Crystal Rasch's phone ever found? Did we ever find any devices for Crystal Rasch?
Yes, we do. We located one of her cell phones at her residence at the Kleinman residence.
And did we search that device?
Yes.
Was there any useful data on that device?
Yes.
And did it give us any searches or anything like that?
I don't recall that. I remember manually reviewing Crystal Rasch's cell phone as well. The part that I think was important to me was she had a Google Nest camera and that device was logged into her cell phone. I was able to review that video footage and I was able to see the last time Crystal Rasch ever left her residence.
So moving on to page.
All right,
Wanna take a
that
break?
is a
Sure.
good spot for us to take a break. We will break for 15 minutes. 10:45, we'll be back. Ladies and gentlemen, again, I remind you, you cannot discuss the case.
Oh, 3,
2
102. What do we see here?
1,112.
112. Thank you for correcting me.
You're fine. Divorce custody lawyer, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Laster Associates. That's June 10th, 2024, 11:50 p.m.
And then the next line.
The child custody attorneys, Milwaukee, Magna, and again, Hinkie maybe. So June 10th, 2024 at 11:51 p.m.
And again, this is from Mr. Rasch's device.
That is correct. And that time frame coincides with the Google Chrome website visited at the exact same time of 11:51 p.m.
Okay, now going on to exhibit 177, right?
Yes.
What do we see here?
June 11th, 2024 at 10:40 a.m. How to get to Milwaukee without interstate map.
Okay, and 178.
June 11th, 2024 at 10:41 a.m. How to get to Milwaukee without interstate.
Just a reminder, those two, do you know those two attorneys that he was Googling the night before, where they were located?
I believe that, I don't recall, but I believe it might have been Milwaukee.
Okay. Then okay, so the Milwaukee attorney search 10:41 a.m. And then the next search, this is 179, correct?
Yes.
What is that search?
This is June 11th, 2024, 11:18 a.m. A search was conducted. Will a 9mm kill an animal if shot to the head?
Okay. And then on 180.
June 11th, 2024 at 1:22 p.m. A search is conducted for 5217 South 51st Street, Greenfield, Wisconsin, 5322.
And then 181.
181 is actually going to be the website visited for the address that was just searched previously. And that's going to be June 11th at 1:34 p.m. A website visited, contact Konstanowski's Law Office LLC, which is located in Milwaukee.
And again, this is the Google profile that was logged in to Zach Rasch's device, correct?
That is correct.
Now going to Page 204, that top line, so 204 of Exhibit 130.
Yes, 1115. Contact Konstanski's law office, and that's June 11th, 2024 at 1:20 p.m.
The next line, 116.
It's going to be the same thing with the Konstanski's law office on June 11th at 1:21 p.m.
Line 1117.
Same law office, 6/11/2024 at 1:34 p.m.
Now, if you can recall, on any of the devices that you searched on Crystal Rasch's devices, did you ever see any searches for any attorneys on June 11th?
I don't recall that.
Okay, so now moving to line 1118.
Wisconsin court system case access, which is what we called CCAP before. That's June 11th, 2024 at 9:41 p.m.
So we have on the device at least a gap of about 8 hours, correct?
Approximately, yes, a little over 8 hours.
And then going on to page 205, starting at line 1121. What do we take us through those first two lines?
Sure. So these are all going to be within 1 minute apart. So 1121 is the Wisconsin Circuit Court access on June 11th, 2024 at 9:47 p.m. 1122, same thing at 9:47 p.m., which leads us into the 23 FA 317, which we again know that's associated with their divorce between Crystal and Zach. That's 6/11/24 at 9:47 p.m. And he's still on the Wisconsin Circuit Court access website up until 1 minute later at 9:49 p.m. on 6/11/2024.
Okay, and then going to page 206.
206.
Go ahead.
1127, Capital One sign-in, login access accounts. So it looks like he appears to access a website, or the device appears to access a website for Capital One, and that's on 6/11/2024 at 11:06 p.m.
11:06 p.m. Okay, and then
At 11:06 p.m., this entire sheet is 11:06 p.m. and it all looks like it's Capital One trying to sign into the website.
is it fair to say it's not captured, but if you can go to page, you still have 230 up there on the witness stand, right?
230.
I'm sorry, 130.
Yes, I do.
If you can go to page 206, does that whole page of 206 appear to be Capital One logins?
Yes, the entire page of the entire page of 206 in Exhibit 130 is all listed with Capital One logins. Yes.
And all the way through the last access for Capital One appears to be, it's not on this account, but it appears to be at line 1146. Is that accurate on page 209?
That's accurate. And throughout these, which the jury can't see, but it's obviously in Exhibit 130, it'll say Capital One sign-in help, Capital One Air, Capital One online servicing, sign-in help, account summary.
And then I'm going to show you page 2 of Exhibit 11. If you can just read off for me. So page 2, Exhibit 11, there is a transaction that occurs on 6/11/2024 at 11:11 p.m. Can you tell me what that transaction is?
There is on 6/11/2024 at 11:11 p.m. transaction number 49 is a Capital One card payment.
Okay. Now, going on to the next slide here, which is going to be page 210.
Yes.
If we can zoom in to the top of that, what do we have here on line 1154?
IHMVCU Pay My Loan. It looks like he accesses a loan website.
And so if we can just scroll down to, it's a line 1155 and 1156, correct?
Yes.
And going on to page, the next slide, pages 211 and 212, it kind of shows that he's in that same bill pay of that same loan company, right?
Yes, at 11:21 p.m., even on 11:64, it says loan payment processing registration.
And then at some point, the next day, if you can read at 6/12/2024 at 8:43 a.m., is there a transaction that shows up on Crystal Rasch's account?
Yes.
And what is that?
On 6/12/2024 at 8:43 a.m., there is a transaction number. There's 2, but then there is a description of OBP asterisk IHMVCU, which is consistent with the website that we're seeing here on the website or on the screen.
So loan payment
Yes.
transaction for how much money? The one I'm referring to here. Let's look at the transaction here on 6/12/2024 at 8:43 a.m.
Okay. Same time frame, it shows an amount of $1,500.
Okay. So, and again, what time, this is at, so he starts accessing this website at 6/11/11:21 p.m., correct?
Yes.
Okay, so now let's go on to 218,
Okay.
page 218 of exhibit 130. So these are things that he's still doing on his phone, correct?
Yes.
So now what time are we at?
For 1200, for line 1200.
Yes.
That is 6/12/2024 at 3:14 a.m. in the morning.
Okay, and what searches do we have going on now?
He is on Kelley Blue Book, and he is searching a 2003 Dodge Ram 3500 quad cab price.
Does he own that kind of vehicle?
I don't believe so.
So does it,
Or,
Okay.
Yes, he does.
so, and then line 1201,
Still on Kelley Blue Book, looking for possibly the price of a used vehicle of the 2003 Dodge Ram 3500 quad cab.
1202, line 1202.
So I'm familiar with Kelley Blue Book, and you have to go through, click like your options and stuff. It looks like he's still on Kelley Blue Book with that same 2003 Dodge Ram.
And what time is that, 1202?
That is at 3:16 a.m. on 6/12/2024.
1203,
It looks like he's on NissanUSA.com looking at possibly cars.
and what time is that?
Sorry, 6/12/2024 at 3:18 a.m. in the morning.
Okay, so now let's go on, move on to page 232 of that exhibit 130.
So 1284, he's on the Wisconsin Circuit Court access. I can't see what he's accessing, but he's on there. And that's on 6/12/2024 at 11:38 a.m.
Okay, and then 1285. Why
Looks like 1285, it looks like he's on the website Google and he's looking up Android track phones.
And what time is that search?
9:57 a.m. on 6/13/2024.
Okay, the next line.
Wisconsin Court Circuit Access, 6/13/2024 at 10:13 a.m.
Okay, and those are the next two lines, correct?
That's correct.
Now we're on exhibit, I think 182, correct?
182, that's correct.
All right, now what do we see on 182?
182, you will see a screenshot. It does not have the date. However, I can tell you that it is on 6/13 from me doing this. So June 13th, he is searching carpet cleaners at Menards, carpet cleaners. Well, he searches for it and he also visits a website. And he also visits a website for Wisconsin Circuit Court access.
So then going to page 233 of exhibit 130, what do we see here?
So on 1290, you'll see 23 FA 317. He accesses the website of the Dodge County or of the Dodge County Circuit Court access or Wisconsin Circuit Court access, Dodge County. That's on June 13th, 2024 at 10:14 a.m., which you can see from the previous slide. He searched at 10:13 a.m., so that coincides with one another. Then on 1291, it's a carpet cleaner for Menards or carpet cleaner at Menards, which is 6/13 at 10:16 a.m. And you'll see that exact same search at 10:16 a.m. on his Google timeline for search history. And then 1292, it's either looks like accessing a website from Menards for a Dirt Devil portable carpet and upholstery spot cleaner at Menards.
So that's this here, even though for some reason we're going really great with our technical capabilities and well, you know what I can do? I can switch the document camera. So we are on 183.
That's correct.
Let me switch the document camera here. Oh, you're back up? We can do just this one and then we'll switch back to what do we see here?
This is June 14th at 12:51 a.m. There's a search from the Google account, Highway R, Hartford, Wisconsin.
Okay, and do you know why that is significant?
No, I do not.
Let's see if we can switch back. I'll stay here just in case. Oh, we're good. All right. All right, so that was 183, right?
Yes.
Okay, now 184.
184, June 14th, 6:14 p.m. There's a search conducted. Do raccoons eat bones?
185.
185, a search conducted on June 15th at 12:25 p.m. How to access a phone without a lock code?
186.
186, there's a website visited on June 15th at 1:13 p.m. What to do if you forgot your Android phone's PIN, pattern, or...
Okay, and then going to page 260.
260, you'll see on line 1401, there's a question asked. Can anyone unlock my Android phone without knowing the passcode and without doing a factory reset, like if it is stolen or got in the hands of someone else, for example? That's on June 15th, 2024 at 12:27 p.m.
And that's, that's page 260 of Exhibit 130 from his Celebrate account, correct?
That's correct.
Or from his device from the Celebrate download. And then line 402.
1402 is question. Can anyone unlock my Android phone without knowing the passcode and without doing a factory reset, like if it is stolen or got into the hands of someone else, for example?
And then line 1403.
This is going to be a different time at 1:04 p.m. It says, I forgot my PIN lock on my Android phone. Here's how to unlock forgotten Android phone PIN YouTube. So it looks like he's accessing a website or searching on YouTube how to unlock a phone.
And then now moving up to page 261.
14.
Zooming into 1404.
1404 at 6:15 at 1:04 p.m. I forgot my PIN lock on my Android phone. Here's how to unlock forgotten Android phone PIN YouTube. So again, it looks like he's on YouTube trying to unlock a phone. 1405, what to do if you forget your Android phone's PIN pattern or password, June 15th at 1:13 p.m. And that's from a website, howtogeek.com.
And then 1406 and 1407, what do we have here?
Looks like looks like the phone device is accessing menards.com of some sort.
And then moving still on to page, further down, page 261, line 1408 and 1409.
Yeah, it's about a minute later from when he was accessing the Menards website. This time it looks like he's searching carpet cleaner at Menards and 6/15/2024 at 4:49 p.m.
And is that consistent with the screenshots that you got?
Yes, it is. I don't know the exact time frame. I can tell you. That looks like a different carpet cleaner search inquiry.
Okay. So now moving on to, I think now we're on another exhibit, right? So that
Yes.
would be 187.
Correct.
What web search are we looking at here?
June 15th, 2024, 8:22 p.m. Website visited. Contact Karen Luschau, attorney at law.
And do you by chance know what type of attorney this person is?
I don't.
And then going to page this was at 8:22 p.m. on June 15th, correct? The screenshot?
Correct.
And then going on to page 130 at 262.
Exhibit
130 on page 262. Sorry, continue.
Correct. You'll see on line 1413, it starts on June 15th, 2024 at 8:19 p.m. He's accessing the Karen Luschau, attorney at law website. If you jump down to 1415, it's going to be 3 minutes later, which is at 8:22, which correlates with the manual review of the cell phone. He's looking up the Karen Luschau, attorney at law.
Okay. Now going on to 188, correct?
Yes, Exhibit 188, there are some websites. There was a terminology search for KBB value, which is the Kelly Blue Book we talked about before with the vehicle. And then there's two items searched, one at 9:20 a.m., 2005 Chevy Cobalt oil filter location, and 12:57, 2023 Cross replacement passenger seat.
And do you recall the date of these searches?
I believe those will be on the next slide. I think it's June 19th.
Okay, and so now going on to 189.
So what you saw on the last slide is what I could look at in the manual review of the phone, which does not give me the exact date and time. If I click on each individual search, which I have done here, which you can see, this will, I guess, blow this up and give you some more details. So this shows you that when he searches 2023 Eclipse Cross replacement passenger seat, it's on June 19th at 12:57 p.m.
And then, sorry, that was 189, right? So now we're on 190.
That's correct. June 19th, 2024, 12:58 p.m. A website is viewed. Mitsubishi Eclipse cross front bucket seats, cloth, charcoal gray in.
So now going to page 273 of Exhibit 130.
1469, 2023 Eclipse cross passenger seat for sale on eBay. So it appears the device is accessing eBay, looking for the front passenger seat of the 2023 Eclipse Cross, and that's on June 19th, 2024 at 12:59 p.m., which is consistent all the way through this entire sheet. It's just 1 minute off. So 1470, 1471, 1472 are all the same passenger seat on eBay.
And did you ever have contact with his Mitsubishi Eclipse after June 11th?
Yes, I did.
And was there any damage to that passenger seat?
There was what appeared to be a large amount of blood in the passenger seat.
So now going on to 191.
191. This is from, it's not on there, but it's June 22nd, 2024. There's a search for do possums eat bones? That's at 3:56 p.m. And 2:43 p.m., or I'm sorry, 2:34 p.m. Can you clean a vehicle interior with cold water? You visit the website, file a weekly claim, Wisconsin unemployment, and then it looks like he's looking for the unemployment login as well as factories in Juneau.
And now going to page 285. What do we see on June 23rd?
On June 23rd at 8:45 a.m., there looks like a website's accessed for tender meetup.
And you said what time that was, I'm sorry, right?
Yep, 8:45 a.m.
Okay, and then our next 192.
192, this, I believe, is still on June 22nd. There are a couple different searches at 6:43. What happens when you add gas to sulfuric acid? And 6:42, is sulfuric acid flammable? 3:35 p.m. Pine Snake, and then he was on the Walmart Supercenter visiting that website, and he searched for the Portage Walmart earlier. You can't see the time.
And then later, can't tell if this is, I think it's after these searches, right? There's going on to 192, or I'm sorry, 193.
Yes.
What do we see here?
After, I will actually start from the bottom up because that's how we're going in chronological order. So you see the do possums eat bones, which is the end of our last sheet going forward. 711, a basic guide to Fourth Amendment protections. Fourth Amendment protections are unreasonable search and seizure. So in regards to search warrants, which you'll see on the next line. 714, can police get search warrants on a Sunday in W, which is, I know it's in Wisconsin. He visits a website, 968.13, Wisconsin legislature. And then on 7:17 p.m., how fast can police get a search warrant?
Are you familiar with that statute, 968.13?
Not verbatim.
Generally?
Yes.
And what is that statute for?
That was again for the search warrant statute, I believe.
And then going to, that's the legislative statute that deals with search warrants, basically.
That's correct.
Going 194.
On specifically Sunday, June 23rd at 7:14 p.m., a search is conducted from the device or from the Google account. Can police get search warrants on a Sunday in Wisconsin?
Why was that significant to you?
Why was this search significant for me?
Yes.
Deputy Kukan, I believe, had contact with Zachariah Rasch at his residence on Sunday, June 23rd, shortly before this search transpired.
Okay, now let's go to page 301 of the Celebrate, the starting at 1615.
So 1615, you'll see that he's on the Unemployment Wisconsin website, which we talked about earlier from the Google search history, and that's at 9:45 a.m. on 6/23. Again, the very next line is the exact same time for the unemployment website. And then later that day at 7:10 p.m., he's looking up, or the device accesses Wisconsin Legislature 968.13.
Then going on to page 3, continuing with 301, line 618.
Sure. So 618, this entire sheet is only 1 minute apart. It's on 6:23:24 at 7:10 p.m. it starts. The device is accessing Wisconsin Legislator 968.13. 1619 is the same thing, actually with the exact same second. 1620, a basic guide to Fourth Amendment protections in Wisconsin drug cases, unreasonable search and seizure. That's at 7:11 p.m. And then again, same time, 7:11 is the basic guide.
And that's all, okay, so going on to page 302.
302 at 7:10 p.m. on 623 appears Wisconsin Legislature 968.13. Some type of website is accessed with Wisconsin legal documentation, and they're both the exact same time and date.
And then going on to page, again, 302.
302, 1620, a basic guide to Fourth Amendment protections in Wisconsin drug cases, unreasonable search and seizure at 7:11 p.m. on 623.
And then page 303.
Page 303, 1624. How long does it roughly take for the police to get a warrant to go to your home? That's on 6/23/24 or at 7:17 p.m.
And then, are you familiar with the CAD notes in this case?
Yes.
And have you reviewed those?
I have reviewed all of them. I don't recall everything that's in them, but I am familiar with the CAD notes, yes.
And, sorry, I have one more, forgot, I apologize. Oh, you marked. That's okay. I'm gonna show you what's been marked as 204. And what is 204?
204 is the entire printout of the CAD call screen for this call. Yes, it is.
So that's all the CAD notes for this, really for this entire case, correct?
That is correct.
And was there something significant contained in the CAD notes for, I would say, the early morning hours of the 24th? Because
Your Honor, objection. May we approach?
I'll be a little leading in these questions. So you read the entire CAD report, correct? And you're familiar with it?
Yes, I have previously.
But was there a submission on the CAD report from June 24th, 2024 that was recorded, a tip to the sheriff's office regarding Crystal Rasch?
Yes.
And then did you memorialize that, isolate that from the CAD report for this PowerPoint?
Yes, I did.
And so I'm going to show you exhibit 195, is that right?
It's not marked 195. It's still in 194. 195 is another search.
So this is not, okay, so we'll,
It's still part of 194 in my sheet.
Can I see? I'm sorry.
So this is exactly still all 194. This is 193. This entire thing is
Okay.
194.
So what I'm going to show you is an excerpt from Exhibit 204.
And it's page 8 in Exhibit 194. If that's how you, I mean, that's just how you gave it to me. Or you can just do it up there.
Apologize, just give me. So it's on an excerpt from page 2 of Exhibit 204. I'm going to show you that on the screen now. Apologize for that delay. And so what is, let's start first at the top, that K Bukta there at the top. Who is that?
That's a dispatcher on the very top here. That's we know who enters this entire call comment.
And so maybe if we can just zoom into the very top first. And so does this show us what time this submission came in through the application?
Correct. It says right on here. So this is what time she would have entered it into our CAD call.
And when you say she, that was Bukta, right?
That is correct. Dispatcher Bukta.
Okay, and then the time that it was actually submitted through the app?
Yep. So it says right on here, submitted Monday, June 24th, 2024 at 1:01, which would be 1 a.m. Central Standard Time, I'm guessing.
And then this other information, does she take this directly from the submission then?
So to my
Basically?
knowledge, she would copy and paste everything verbatim, however the submission would come in.
And so what was the name of the submitter?
The name is listed as Crystal Rasch.
The email address?
crystalrasch8@gmail.com.
Any phone number?
No,
Any date of birth?
no.
Address?
Dewdrop Trail.
Secondary address?
Dewdrop Trail.
City?
Walker,
State?
Minnesota.
Zip code?
Not entered.
Time of incident?
6/23/2024, 5:37 p.m.
Does that time seem significant to you at all? Or if not at this time, that's okay.
Well, with our investigation, yes.
Why is that time significant?
It's still we're actively looking for a missing person at this time.
Okay. And then so the additional information.
It states that the tip states, my family needs to tell the truth, what they have all done to me and why I walked away from them before with the threats and abuse. I apologize. And abuse. I was away from them for a long time and had no problems ever since I let them back into my life. It's been problems again. I was ignoring them for a reason. I'm with friends. I needed to get away to think my family pulls this by calling you guys. They know what they have done to me in the past with the abuse and controlling the threats. My own sister has done threats and controlled me. April and Andy pretty much held against my will in Michigan. There is reasons I stopped talking to people. Everything was coming back to me. Some friends agreed to help me out. Since I was having flashbacks, have contacted all my family, letting them know everything. I'm not even in Wisconsin right now. And that's the end of our entry for the online submission and the entry for this CAD note. Because obviously you can see the next CAD note is entered by Deputy Kukan.
Okay. And then moving, I want to go now to an excerpt from the defendant's phone, page 303, at 12, so line 1626.
Yeah.
What's the time of this search?
1626 on June 24th, 2024 at 12:58 a.m.
And what is the search for?
There's a search for list of street names in Walker, Minnesota, maps and street views geographic.com.
Okay, and then scrolling down to line 1627.
1627 is list of street names in Walker, Minnesota, maps and street view geographic.com. And that's going to be at 624 or on 6/24/2024 at 1:02 a.m.
And then going to we're on 195, correct?
It'll be, we'll go to the next one if we're done here. And just to clarify, this page 303 was from exhibit 130.
Thank you for clarifying that. Going on to 195.
195, from the Google search history, what chemistry reaction, I'm sorry, it's not a search, it is a website visited on June 24th, 2024 at 6:44 p.m. What chemistry reaction will happen if I mix petrol and sulfuric acid?
And what time is that?
6:44 p.m.
Okay. And now going to page 303 of the exhibit 130, what do we see?
A question on Quora.com. What chemistry reaction will happen if I mix petrol and sulfuric acid? That's on 6/24/24 at 6:44 p.m., which is a direct match with the previous slide.
What is sulfuric acid?
Typically like a Drano.
Is there anything that the Zachariah Rasch purchased with sulfuric acid in it?
Yes.
Santeen,
Yes.
does that have sulfuric acid in it?
Yes.
What is petrol?
Gas.
What-
Fuel.
Was there gasoline on the Rasch property?
Yes, they had chainsaws and gas cans.
Okay. And then the very final 196, what's the last screenshot?
So again, starting from the bottom up, exhibit 196 on June 25th, 2024, 9:16 p.m. Wisconsin missing person alert. Same thing 1 minute later, missing people in Wisconsin. And at the same time, active missing persons near me.
And then about what time was Mr. Rasch taken into custody?
It would have been like midnight or like 1 a.m. in the morning. The
On what-
next, on the 26th, I believe it was. Actually, I don't recall.
I think that's accurate, Detective. Hold on just one moment. I have no further questions.
Good morning, Detective.
Good morning.
You know, you've been testifying for about 3 hours, but what I want to do is just kind of start where you started at the beginning of your testimony, okay?
Absolutely.
The beginning of your testimony, you indicated that you were called to assist with the execution of a search warrant at the Wood Road residence, correct?
I was ultimately that's what happened. I was called in to get video footage first, and then eventually it was known that a search warrant would take place.
Okay. And so you were there when law enforcement executed the search warrant just after midnight on June 26th.
Yes.
Okay. And your testimony was that your initial position there was that you were on the perimeter of the residence.
After speaking with Scott and Mary Rasch, yes.
Okay. And as obviously a detective on this case, you're familiar with the reports that other people have written?
Not all of them, but most of them.
Okay. You're aware that in some of the other reports, in terms of the execution of the search warrant, other people in your agency reported that Mr. Rasch was a little slow to open his door?
I believe so.
Okay. But eventually he opened the door voluntarily?
Yes.
Okay. And you're aware that there was not any attempts on his part to try and run or fight with law enforcement officers?
Correct. Not to my knowledge.
And he didn't try to go out those windows that you pointed out in one of the exhibits?
Yeah, I don't think it was an option, but no, he did not.
Okay. And at that time, when he was brought outside, I believe you said that he was wearing sweatpants or sweat shorts, and that's when the cell phone from the red case was taken out of his pocket.
Yes.
I want to direct your attention essentially to the room itself. So there was a room that was identified as Mr. Rasch's inside of that residence.
Yes.
Okay. And you had a role in searching through his bedroom.
Yes.
I think you were trying to be polite when you described that the room was cluttered. You recall using that term?
I was.
It was a little more than cluttered. We would agree with that?
I would agree.
Okay. It was, property in that room essentially was stacked from the floor to the ceiling in some locations,
In most of the residents, yes.
including his bedroom.
Yes.
The gun, though, was not hidden in any piles of all of these various items.
No.
The gun itself was in plain sight on top of the dresser next to that TV.
Yes.
And you recall, obviously, we saw pictures of the gun and its location inside of that room.
Correct.
I think your previous testimony was that you did not find a silencer in his bedroom,
That's correct.
and you didn't find a silencer anywhere on the property.
Not to my knowledge.
And you would also agree that you didn't find any materials or the attempts to make a silencer.
I don't know what materials go in to make a silencer, so I can't answer that.
Okay. At the very end of your testimony, you mentioned the fact that obviously Deputy Kukan paid a visit to Mr. Rasch in the afternoon at some point or early evening hours on June 23rd.
I believe so.
Okay. And then we went through a whole litany of all of Mr. Rasch's web searches. You recall this?
Yes.
Okay. And part of the web searches that he had immediately after Deputy Kukan left were those searches regarding search warrants and visiting the legislative websites and things of that nature.
I believe that timeline would be correct, yes.
And that would be immediately after the deputy had contact with him initially.
Yes.
Is it fair to say then that obviously Mr. Rasch was aware that law enforcement potentially could be returning to the residence with a search warrant to search his bedroom and the rest of the property?
It would appear so.
And yet the gun remained in plain sight on the dresser in his bedroom.
Yes.
You're also aware, I would imagine, from reviewing the reports of other detectives involved in your case, that the silver Mitsubishi that Mr. Rasch owned, you're aware that he owned a silver Mitsubishi?
Yes.
And you referred that you had contact with this vehicle because there was blood in the passenger seat compartment of that vehicle.
Yes.
Okay. And you're aware that that Mitsubishi was taken up to the Adams County property that was owned by Mr. Rasch's grandmother the following day on June 24th.
I was not aware it was his grandmother that owned it, but yes, I knew it was taken to Adams County.
Okay. So Deputy Kukan pays the initial visit to him on Sunday, June 23rd, correct?
Yes.
And then the following day, you weren't here maybe for the testimony, but there's flock videos and other things suggesting that that vehicle was transported to Adams County on June 24th.
Yeah, I'm aware of that.
Okay. And yet the gun remained in his bedroom on the dresser in plain sight.
I don't know if the gun was there while the vehicle was being transported, but I agree with what you're saying, but I can't say that it was there the entire time.
Okay. The gun was not left in Adams County at the property in Adams County.
Correct.
You mentioned a couple of the shirts that were seized for evidence in this case.
Yes.
One was one that said Silverado on it.
Yes.
And that's the shirt that Mr. Rasch was wearing on some of the surveillance videos that were obtained from the activities on June 11th.
Yes.
And those were the videos that we saw from the Culvers in Oconomowoc?
I have no idea.
Okay, you're not familiar with the videos themselves?
I'm familiar. I don't know that you saw them. That's what I guess I was saying.
Sure. So he's captured on video in at least 2 locations on June 11th, correct?
Yes.
One is a Goodwill
Yes.
and the other is the Culvers.
Yes.
And that's the Silverado shirt that you collected during the search warrant.
Yes.
You said that both of those shirts were sent for testing.
I believe only one of them was sent for testing.
And which shirt was sent for testing?
The Silverado shirt.
Okay. And what kind of testing did you request be done on that shirt?
I didn't request the testing, so I don't know, sir.
Okay. Do you know who did?
I don't.
Okay, fair enough. The gun that was taken from his bedroom, you've talked about it a little bit here, and that's the Taurus 9mm.
Yes.
When did he buy the Taurus 9mm?
I remember coming across the paperwork, but I cannot give you an exact date or time.
Do you think that it was in 2024?
I honestly I do not recall.
Okay. You're aware, though, that that's the only handgun that he purchased?
I don't know that, no.
Did you do a search to see if he owned other firearms?
I believe.
Okay, so I think that this case is kind of like, eh. So y'all put a, I guess I will ask, because I know they showing it on other channels and also for them other channels, but this case is like, meh. Like, if we had to watch it, we just had to watch it. I don't know. I think I'm really out of this case, guys. Like, yeah, I tried. It just sounded like womp womp womp, like Charlie Brown music to me. I do have another case. I think this is gonna be a not guilty case. Actually, I really do. They started opening statements this morning. They currently at lunch, but that's okay. We can go back and watch the opening statements. I'm gonna pause this here. Like, I even started this trial late just to see if I can get some time in between this. Let's see here. Okay, let's do this. We'll finish the because it looked like we are on they almost at the lunch part. I don't know. We probably just need to ditch this case all the way around. Oh man, it's so hard to say goodbye. I guess in some cases. Okay, so what we'll do is we will let me go over here and I'll set up a redirect for us to go to the new trial that we gonna do. Yeah, I don't think I can do it. I don't know if I want to do this one no more. It's so boring. Dang. I think yesterday like took me out of it. This case. I am going to give you the link for the new one. Give me a second, guys. Just in case it does not redirect you over there. Let me save you. Where is it at? Yeah, we'll go over here and watch this new trial and we'll let this one go. I mean, we can always look at the verdict, but I'm pretty sure the verdict is going to be just what we all know it's going to be. He is going to be guilty. He done already said he unalived her. He just trying to, oh no, he's saying that he disposed of her, but he's saying that he unalived her in a different way. I don't know. Okay, here is the new room, just in case it doesn't take you over there. I'll see you guys over there in the new room if it doesn't take you over there. And for those that were watching the Wisconsin Zachary, I'm pretty sure there are some major other channels that are covering it. We'll just bring the verdict when it's time for the verdict to come in. All right, guys, I'll see you guys over there.